Monday, May 6th, has issued a high risk of severe weather, and it is confirmed that it is causing damage. Again, it's this little area right here. If you are in this area north of Parkin, Now, hello everybody, my name is Christian and welcome back to Skycast, and we do have a decent amount to talk about today, starting off with a severe weather threat for Friday today across portions of the Ohio and the Tennessee Valley. We do have the slight risk of severe weather in effect for parts of Bowling Green, Nashville, Campbellsville, the Tullahoma, Tennessee, Kentucky border right here. If we zoom out, this marginal risk extends from parts of Alabama and Georgia all the way up into portions of southern Ohio and West Virginia. And if we do kind of zoom into radar right now and we look kind of right here, we do have a line of storms already formed. This is expected to continue to intensify as we get through the next few hours. Potentially could see another round of storms behind that. Back here towards St. Louis, we do have a cold front that's beginning to drape down here, and that is where we're going to start seeing some colder temperatures, maybe even an Arctic blast over the next few days into the weekend and into the next week. So let's go ahead and kind of break this down and discuss what's going to be happening over the next few days. Now, as we do go ahead and play through the HRRR run, and we can see that we do already have isolated showers going on across the state of Kentucky, all the way up into Ohio. Going to be very rainy across the Ohio Valley today. But as we continue to play this through, storms begin to get strong to the severe level towards the 1700 hour, or about 4 or 5 o'clock. We do begin to have a line forming around this time, once again 4 or 5 Eastern Standard Time. And one thing we will need to continue to note is the storm mode, if it becomes a more linear mode of storms, or if it becomes a more potentially low supercell threat. As we continue this through towards the evening hours, we can see we on the rear end of this, once again, where the 5% tornado contour is the highest threat area around the Nashville metro. We do have a few isolated, potentially embedded supercells with this right in this general area, and that is something that we will need to continue to watch. If it does form into a line of storms, we would have a more damaging wind threat. If it does form into a more supercell threat, that would be a enhanced tornado threat. Not an overly insane day, but definitely a day to have that severe weather plan in ready and be ready to take action. Now, one thing that has been very obvious about this severe threat is the moisture and the instability. That will remain fairly limited and could be a factor into why we don't get a tornadic storm today. We do have a decent amount of spin in the area. The last time I checked on a forecast sounding, SRH levels were about 230 for the 0 to 3 kilometers. So that could definitely get a tornado or two down. But it's definitely something just to continue to watch and see how things today progress. Now, as I mentioned earlier, and as you're probably seeing on the title of this video, this is going to be a beginning feature towards where we're seeing a potential Arctic blast. And as we continue to look at the jet stream winds, you can see about right here, you can see the jet stream beginning to take a heavy dip to the south. And basically what that is that's that cold air beginning to dip from Canada. And as we continue and watch this through, you can see it dips very far south, and that's where we are going to be watching for the Arctic blast towards Saturday, Sunday, into Monday and Tuesday. Right here, we continue to play this through. This will take up potential all the way from the Central Plains and the Midwest all the way to the East Coast, even down to Georgia, Tennessee. Areas like that could see below 40s temperatures. So definitely something to be keeping an eye on that way. Now, if we are taking a look once again at the GFS temperature model, this cold front or Arctic blast does look to peak Monday morning, and we can see that across a large portion of the central and eastern United States is seeing very below average temperatures, from Montana all the way down to Georgia, all the way up into New York, below freezing temperatures. These are temperatures that could be in the single digits all the way up into the low to mid 20s. Some areas even seeing into the 30s, but this is a very large area to see temperatures like this, all the way down to Florida. Florida's getting into the upper 20 into mid 30 degree range. Texas, all the way down to Texas, this model in particular has temperatures in Dallas all the way down here at around 32 degrees. So this is going to be a very significant cold blast, especially for areas across of the north, North Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin. And with that, we do have the potential to see some snow. Now, if we play through the Euro model here on Pivotal Weather, we can see that snow could start across the U.S. as early as tomorrow morning. Here we are on the 8th, which is going to be tomorrow, Saturday. Some freezing rain and some snow possible across not Missouri, Iowa, portions of South Dakota, Minnesota. Snow leaking all the way back up into portions of North Dakota. And that's going to be the thing for the next few days. As these temperatures continue to drop and to drop, freezing rain and snow will be possible. As you can see, we may even have the potential for some lake effect stuff going on here across Wisconsin and Michigan, maybe into portions of New York. And those could bring some snow totals all the way up into 2 and 3, maybe even higher inches. Even on the backside of this low pressure system, Chicago could see some lake effect snow activity, some snow across parts of the Ohio Valley, Tennessee, Kentucky, Ohio, Indiana, and even if we don't get accumulation like this, it's still those festive flurries that are going to really dig into the fact that it is the season. We're starting to get into the winter time, and it's going to be really great. I'm a big snow fan, so I'm super duper excited to see how this does continue to play out. Besides that, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for tuning in to Skycast and choosing us as your go-to weather. My name is Christian. You can follow us on X. Link is in the description. It's my personal profile. If you are under the severe weather threat, have that severe weather plan ready just in case anything were to happen. Be prepared. Don't, slack off. And if you are under the cold weather or parts of the snow, that is for most of the United States, just keep an eye on the forecast. Use safe travel procedures and keep your pets and your outdoor plants and all that safe. Maybe even bring them indoors and keep them indoors over the next few days until things tend to heat back up. So it looks like we are getting an early start to winter for most. Have a great day. Stay safe. Enjoy the cold. And I'll see you guys in the next one.